Well, good morning, my friends. Welcome to Words from a Friend podcast. I'm your host, Marty, and this is the podcast that follows my book, Words from a Friend, a daily guide to a purposeful life. It's available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. We're on a 365-day inner journey together, so happy and grateful to have you along. We're on day 101 of that journey, and it is an extension of yesterday's message, which was the art of non-reaction. And today is more on non-reaction. So I'm sorry that I wasn't there this morning. I got a new computer system. I hope it looks better to you and I hope it sounds better to you. And I'm working with some buddies of mine to upgrade my system. And my daughter goes, Dad, can you get rid of that crappy backdrop? So we'll be upgrading. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, help me with that. That's fine. That's always fine with me. Yeah. But at any rate, I hope it looks better. I hope it sounds better. And I'm trying to keep the show going with a little bit better all the time. Okay, more on non-reaction. When we see our world from a higher perspective, the everyday dramas that used to consume our attention, reactions, and lives will fade, and your old desire to jump into this negative pool will fade with it. This all happens one non-reaction at a time. It's a choice. It's that space we talk about all the time. Giving that space between you're ready to, the rat trap is ready to go. And you go, no, ho, I have control of me. I have control of me. Well, which I are you talking about? You're talking about your soul. You're talking about your soul. That's the I. That's the I am in you. That's the cup of the divine in you. I think if everybody asked each other who they were, they just start spouting their name and what they do and, all that kind of stuff, where they live and everything like that. But if we were true, we would say, the soul traveler, just like you. I'm a soul traveler, just like you, right? Just some light passing through to have a human experience for a little while. And what are the best ways to navigate this realm? This three-dimensional realm, this heavy energy, this dense energy, which includes fear and anger and bitterness and resentment and revenge and war and all of that stuff that is just in lower realms that can only live in those lower realms. The solidity, the density that we are, that allows us to become human, right? But we can get caught in that darkness and think it's us and lose our way. So the balance is what we're looking for, the balance. So we can balance ourselves as both human and being. We are human beings, human for a little while, being forever. So we learn to run our lives with that forever being, and that human is going to do a lot better in life. That's how it works. That's how it works best. Your tools, your best tools for traveling this dense realm, the best way you can fly for yourself, for your family, and for your future, and for your people that come after you, is living from the truth that you are the light. And reaction and overreaction is part of fear. It's part of fear in the lower realm. So that's why, you see like the Buddhists where, you can't rattle them. It's like, now I know who I am. I'm not reacting to any of that stuff because that's you. That's you. That's your energy. I don't let you affect my energy. I don't let you take me out of my own space, out of my own house. Might protect my own house by going, listen, that's your house, that's your stuff, that's your garden. You're obviously trying to project it onto me, but I know who I am. So it's just, not going to work. It doesn't work. Can't be offended. Can't be offended there. It's like, you just don't know who you are yet. But when you find out, you'll laugh at what you did then. You'll laugh at what you said then. You'll laugh at it. So, all the guilt over, if I awaken, I'm going to feel like I've been a jerk all my life. Well, we've all been jerks at times. All of us. So, come on. Join the club. But that's where you can get into self-forgiveness. You have to. And you have to, when you align, that stuff falls away because you go, nah, I don't do that anymore. I don't go there anymore. That includes overreacting to everything around you. You're not rat trap thinking anymore. You've moved into mindfulness. You moved into remembrance of who you really are and say, I'm going to travel that road. I'm going to find out more about this true self of mine. That's the inner journey. That's the inner journey that we're on together. I hope that it resonates with you, and I hope that your own way. See, your light has its own way of receiving what I'm saying to you. It has its own way. The truth has its own way of disseminating through that light to each other. So that's called inspiration. I'm in spirit when I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you from the spirit, from that light within. And so that's where we're meeting. We're meeting in the truth. It's saying, hey, I'm just a soul traveler on this earth too. And it ain't easy. It ain't easy. So I say it all the time. We're like pioneers of this suit. We're like Davy Crockett's and Danielle Crockett's. And so, everybody's going to trip over their own ego many times in life. But on that way is we have to learn. We have to learn and grow. And learning and growing is what we're here to do anyway. We grow that light. It benefits all of the light. We grow that light and we share that light. This is what makes the world a better place. And this is what we're really here to do, even though you think you're here to do that specific thing that you've done for your career. No. That's a great thing. And those are great things. Don't get me wrong. And you're serving in many different ways in life. But the base foundation of it all is just to remember the truth. And you always come back to that. Once you get out of your head, you go, I apologize. I slipped into my ego there. I slipped and fell right into my ego, the mud of my own mind. And I get out of myself there and I apologize. And you share, great, boom, character. And you've taught that other person something, that you're willing to do that and say, I was wrong, where most of the world never wants to admit it's wrong, right? Never wants to admit it. That's the ego. Can't admit it's wrong. So, but the soul knows. Soul is just truth. So it's simple truth, humble truth. Yeah, I'm a human too. I screwed up and hope you can forgive me. And I apologize for treading on your garden. All that stuff. It's what keeps you free. It's what keeps you free. It's what keeps the energy flowing freely in you without regret, resentment. You're always into some little squabble or skirmish or bickering and blah, 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 blah. No good. No good ski. One of the best mantras that you can consistently use in this practice is, I don't go there anymore. There you go. I don't go there anymore. The quicker you remember these words, the better your chances for non-reaction. Well, that's in the space. That's in the space that you give yourself between life and something that you would have reacted to before the same old way. Give yourself some space. Go, oh, no, I'm taking control of this contraption. I'm taking control of my own contraption. That means whatever I emit out into the world, I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for the words, for the thoughts, for all that stuff, And what happens is the stuff that you spit out of that mouth, it comes back to you. So spoken word is extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. The thoughts are powerful, but spoken word, that's right out there. It's right out there for everybody to feel. All that stuff. It's energy in there. So speak in the lighter tone. Speak in the lighter way. It keeps you calm. Keeps others calm. Keeps the flow going well. And somebody is in a little bit in their own head, help them out of that with that same magic of yours. It's just light. It's who you are. It's just light. It's being real. That's being authentic. I care about other people because we're the same at the highest level. At the level of the soul, we are all the same. So get off your high horse or get off your low horse. We're all right here. We're all right here in love. That's the unifying field. The field of unification where we all remember. And we're each remembering in our own time, but we can speed up that remembrance with stuff like this podcast. That literally I needed this stuff for myself so many years ago. And I gave it to myself and my garden grew. It really grew beautifully. And from an ugly place. So, take it from me, who I'm not spitting out anything that I haven't learned myself. I've learned the lessons. I've learned them. And I've learned that the words are true. And that it's the best way. It's the best way. Non-reaction in life is just like, I'm out of that clown show. I'm bringing what the world needs. I'm bringing what the world always needs, always will need. And the only thing that expands love in this world is by being it. It's the best way you can, your way, your beautiful, special way. It's all that's asked. And that's the reason you're here. Anchor that light. Be grounded in that knowing. And watch your garden grow. Okay? Calm confidence is always the alternative. From here, the heart has its say in the matter. Your resonance. Okay, wait a second here. Whoa. Yeah, I know you're about to go surfing into negative town. Let me stop you. Hold on. Throw your surfboard down. Let's take a second here. And let's say, take a deep breath. All right? Breath work is so important when you're trying to release that negative bomb inside that just wants to and throw it over the net. You gotta be mindful in that. Say, I'm not that anymore. I'm not going to be this explosive stuff anymore. It's not good for me. It makes me sick. It does. It really does. All that negativity, not good for any of us. Not good for any of us. And it's what we're fed all the time. We're fed. Oh, wait, but we got a pill for that. Don't worry about that. It's okay. All this negativity we throw on you, all this fear we throw on you, it's okay. Suck it up. And we have. And we have. And you see the effects in the world all the time. Everybody loses their mind in fear. Everybody loses their way in fear. It's like they turned on this machine that makes us go brrr, It's just low enough we can't really get it, but it's like we all go through life a little nervous. It's like, yeah, there's reasons for that, okay? But remembrance is stronger than all of it. Remembrance of who we really are is stronger than all of it. So that's why the awakening cannot be stopped. It's who we really are. It's who we're remembering we are. And it's who we are bringing ourselves to bear. We're bringing that part of ourselves to bear and connecting that light. And it's just going to serve everybody. Everybody rises from that. Everybody. Your little part, my little part, it's just a little part in the big show that we're all going to get to witness right from here. All of heaven is waiting for this to happen. All of heaven is waiting for this to happen for us. And we've been waiting. And here we are. Here we are. Here we are. And it's a big turn we're making. And it's a big turn we're about to make. So remember that you are the light through all of it. Remember, no matter what happens, keep your light on. Keep your light on. That just dispels the fear and says, you know what? We're getting out of the circus. We're watching that crap die. And we're starting that new world that everybody's talking about. That's getting so much more play now than it ever did before. Because there's so many more lights turning on. So, like I said, if you're here, yours is on. Yours is on. You're curious enough, or you're committed enough to say, yeah, I want better. I want this world to be better for my kids. I really do. I want it to be better for me right now. How can I do that? Right now, because I'm in a shit place. How can I do that right now? First and foremost is remember that you're the light. And that light is going to guide you. That light guided me right out of a basement of garbage and brought me back. It brought me back many times, and it brought you back many times, whether you've recognized that or not. It has. This beautiful light has brought you back many times, and it will every time, because it's can do. That is what brings you back. That's the only thing that does bring you back and makes you grow higher. Yeah, we learn through our suffering. We learn through our pain. We learn through these things, but we're meant to learn. So we can't just dispel those things and then not learn them and take them on and move those tools into the higher space. I don't go there anymore. I don't do that anymore. These are the thought patterns. This is the self-talk that you move into. Okay? I don't go there. I don't do that anymore. I'm in command of this ship now. So I don't let this ship get out of control. I'm working on that. I'm learning to be cool in the silence. And there, I'm going to find that I can turn that thermostat and balance it. Over time, I can balance that thermostat to where I don't do that shit anymore that I used to do. I used to be Mr. Explosive. I used to be Mr. Competitive, Mr. I got to do this and be the, all of that stuff. But when I learned what it really did and what it really attracted and what it really brought forth, and I finally examined it, there you go. change is afoot. Positive change is afoot. You can't have positive change until you reflect inside, take account for it. Take account for it. Like, oh yeah, no, that was me. That was me. I was an asshole. Okay, that's me. I am sorry for that. I want to change that in myself. I want to do better. I want to have better relationships with everybody. Yeah, that's some self-work. But man, self-work is just learning to love yourself. So the more you do, the better you're going to feel anyway. So take the journey, my friend. Take the journey. It's what gets you up and over all of the humps that you really need to let go of. I got to slough some humps. Okay. CTA today, make the higher choice of non-reaction. When the ego starts, it's whispering, or usually it's not whispering. The ego's loud. Usually it says, you got to do this, or you're guilty for that, or you should feel ashamed for this. Be the silent witness behind your thoughts. Notice what your reactive mind would have said and done first. You probably know that, but you probably just let it happen all the time. Taking charge of that, taking charge of your ship will require that. It'll require that. Balance is what you're looking for. Inner balance, okay? Analyze your thoughts and see how most of them are assumptions, half-truths, negative judgments, and outright lies. Choose not to defend and hold on to poisonous thoughts. This poison of the ego always wants a victim, whether it's others or it's you. Well, if you're in victimhood, you're always going to, everybody is your enemy. So you can't live there. You cannot live there and have a full and complete and happy life, because God made no victims. God makes light. God makes light. You are that. You can come out of that victimhood. You can be your own hero, and that's what you're supposed to do. It's already in here. The plan is already in there. You just got to say yes. Take account. Move forward, baby. Move forward. God says, yes, this way. This is the way. Okay? Never give in to the liar and never become its reactive puppet. You can be in control. Just takes practice like everything else in life. Become the master of your mind before it masters you. Daily work. Little at a time. It's not this big mountain. It's the steps we take. And sometimes these steps, and they get a little nugget, little gold in there, and you go, ooh, that was better than a nugget today. I got something in there, and I go, oh, I was hanging on to that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I see where that hump has to go. It's got to go. Well, this is the constant gardening. And then remember, seeding while you're weeding. Don't get stuck in the thinking of the weeds. Just pluck them out and think the thoughts that prosper your life. Stay in that higher tune every day, the best you can. Get outside, get in that fresh air. If that sun is out, you get out, right? All of it. Do that stuff. Get your exercise rolling. You're just going to feel better. You're just going to feel better. And that's really all we want in this world, is the whole world to feel better, to be brighter, to be more truthful, because who can trust what they see anymore? Who can trust what they see anymore here? So the truth is within. Heaven is within. The resonance for hearing that truth is already within us. It's already here. It's our compass. It's our transmitter. It's our receiver. Straight from the golden wire plugged into the transmitter to divinity itself. Every day in your favor. Have some devotion to it. Take that time and you will see for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I do not ask you to take my word for it. I say, dive right in. The water's warm. The water's warm. Take some time, and it takes a lot of self-awareness, and you're going to feel crappy going through a lot of that stuff, but that is how you get rid of the garbage. You're smelling it on the way out. But we all do it. We all do it, so it's okay. You're not alone. Nope, you're never alone. Like I said, you're just a pioneer. We're all trying to get it right one day at a time. Every day, each day, and each little way, I get better and better. That's another great mantra my mom used to say. Every day and every way, I'm getting a little bit better. And she did. So, okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope you like the new sound and look, and maybe we'll juice up that backdrop like my daughter demands. Much love, guys. We shall see you tomorrow.